Morning, Max. Are you busy?
Just the usual, Garth. Mech maintenance and chasing down hungover pilots.
Wonderful. Want to give the newbies a story? There's a beer in it for you.
Oh, goody, newbies. Sure, why not? They could use a good tale.
Here, I'll introduce you.
Napalm sticks to kids.
Morning. Hope you got some rest on the flight over. Here, have some coffee. Max says he's got a story to tell. So I figured you could listen to this old dog blab for a day.
Damn right. Alright, rookies. My name's Commander Maxwell of the Tactical Opossum Mercenary Company. Now, when you're the commanding officer of such a prestigious mercenary company like myself...
Isn't your company only a D rating in the MSRB?
Shut up, Garth. Anyway, we got a job on a planet named Antok 4. You know, small-time mining operation, one of those little family ventures. Where they get everything they got together and put everything on the line to get rich. These guys actually managed to establish themselves pretty good by 3053. Avoided most of the clan invasion. When they contacted us, they had been getting raided for a few weeks. A small-time operation like that can't afford to endure for long. I planned my forces to be a bit more intimidating. I myself was piloting a Warhammer 6R. We actually had two of them. The other was piloted by one of our aces named Jessica Elliott, call sign Wendigo. We also had a dragon for some speed and maneuverability that was piloted by my buddy Bradley Singh. We call him Raptor. The last member of our lance was an aging mech warrior we call Papa Mackie.
I'm sorry, did you just say Mackie?
Damn straight I said Mackie. I got a call from a recruitment rep one day telling me I got an application I need to see. This man doesn't even put his name down, just his call sign, Papa Mackie.
Well, shit.
The man's name is Luther Fisher, and is 92 years old. Claims to have been in a mech for 80 of them. This guy even shows up with his own mech, which is pretty rare for a merc. This guy shows up with a Mackie. Yes, the Mackie. Specifically the 9HKR variant in a cargo container in pieces. No idea how he got it all. Frankly, we still all don't believe it. Unfortunately, it was still in the process of being rebuilt. We had him in an Atlas for this mission. We also had an air assault infantry company with us. 3 warrior VTOLs with 4 platoons worth of infantry, all armed with LRMs and other shoulder-fired rockets. So we were protecting this mining settlement for a few months with no action whatsoever. We eventually got to know the locals pretty well. It wasn't uncommon to see our pilots showing the kids and even the parents the insides of the mechs, letting the little ones crawl all over the legs. Papa Mackie loved it all, giving the kids a ride in that ancient clunker of his, and the kids loved him too. I have no idea where he got them from, but he would always sneak the little kids some candies. The older kids, on the other hand, well, he snuck them beer and porno.
Well, shit.
When we finally saw action, the pilots and I were in the QRF barracks along with a platoon of the air cav guys, just shooting the shit with Papa Mackie out on patrol. One of the big mining haulers was going out that day. Orbit was being covered by a different merc unit with some aerospace. And we were responsible for the ground. Suddenly, 2 aerospace fighters ran the blockade and slammed missiles into the mining hauler. Simultaneously, particle cannons cut the engines out from under her. Not a single escape pod could be seen launching from the ship as it fell. The mercs in orbit began to duel with the enemy aerospace fighters, and we finally got to get a good long look at our opponent, Clan Battlestar being dropped in by dropship. Before any of your guys could even get out of the tent, Papa Mackie got on comms saying he was going to move to engage the enemy. Now his normal cheery attitude was completely gone. He was as cold as ice in this moment. Papa Mackie, secure that crash site and search for survivors. I know you're hurting, big guy, but you'll get your chance, I promise. That's what I told him, at least. The only response I got from him was a grunt. But now we had a different problem. The locals were furious, arming themselves with laser rifles and arming some light technicals with lasers and SRMs. They wanted blood, and I don't blame them. The only way we could calm them down was to convince them of their talents. Using blasting charges would be more beneficial rather than using them as traditional infantry. He ended up disbanding one of our air cav platoons and formed the locals into 3 companies of ad hoc mine layer infantry with the air cavs in command. They weren't happy about it, but they understood the decision. After about an hour, everything was set. The locals would race ahead to the abandoned buildings near the crash site and begin mining operations. The rest of the locals would form up with Papa Mackie, and the air cav guys look for an opening in enemy lines. The Mad Cat had moved against our right flank, but spotted the mine layer infantry. These crazy bastards sped ahead in trucks. So he kept his distance, but Papa Mackie let loose an alpha strike towards the Mad Cat. Only caused minor damage, though. The other 4 mechs began up our left flank, hoping to catch us in a pincer. The Vulture sprinted ahead to the structure just ahead of our lance, but out of line of sight. I think he was looking to use his jets the moment he cooled off from the sprint, but Raptor was faster. He launched himself up and over the wall, or landing right next to the clanner, started blasting away at the mech point blank. The Vulture turned and the 2 mechs just hammered into each other. The nearby Thor decided he wasn't going to let this be an even fight and ran up to hit the dragon in the back. This is when our air assault infantry really earned their pay. Sweeping in from the right flank, they landed in open ground behind the Thor, well within range of their shoulder-fired rockets and SRM launchers. One of the Blackhawks got into position and started to fire into our helos on the ground. He set one ablaze. The grunts returned fire into the new mech as well. In the span of just a few short minutes, the Dragon, Vulture, Thor, and Blackhawk lay in twisted heaps of scrap. The second Blackhawk started engaging our infantry in the open. What appeared to be elementals started charging across open ground towards them. They got slaughtered. The infantry was using the down Blackhawk as cover. Me, Wendigo, and Papa Mackie focused down the last Blackhawk while the grunts dealt with the toad jumpers. Unexpectedly, that Mad Cat on the far right flank made a charge up the hull of the down cargo hauler and let loose a full volley into Papa Mackie's torso. The dumb bastard overheated himself and shut down. We leveled our guns to blast it when Papa Mackie got on comms and claimed that this one was his. He strode over to the overheated Mad Cat, raised his fist, and brought it down repeatedly on the cockpit of the mech. His third strike punched clean through the mech's cockpit, out its side torso. With the mech on the ground, Papa Mackie put his leg up on the dead mech, blasted the horns in triumph. We figured out after the battle that these guys weren't clanners at all, but a bunch of pirates that managed to get their hands on some clanner tech. After the battle, we took stock, lost a couple good pilots and a dozen or so grunts.
Heard about some pirates getting their fingers on clan tech a while ago. I thought it was all just rumors.
Raptor's Dragon, unfortunately, was damn near scrap, and most of the pirates' mechs we could maybe salvage a few parts off of. If only you were there, Garth.
Well, shit. I can't believe I missed that one.
Don't forget, Garth, you still owe me a beer.
Yeah. I'll get that to you at some point. I have to say, I thank you for sharing the story with us, Max. Always a pleasure. Oh, while you're at it, mind telling Goat to play that one song for me?
You got it, buddy.
Well, I doubt I have many things that can top that level of crazy. But that's Max for you. Here, refill. It'll be a bit before we march today, and I wouldn't mind hearing Goat over there play us out the rest of the morning.
I fight my enemies because that's what I'm paid to do. I never hesitate to act or even think it through. I'd retire any day, but I spend too much on guns and horse. I ain't gonna drop no more. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, I just hope I can get by. Glory, glory, I just wish they'd pay me more. I guess I'll drop once more. The people that were fighting are Capellans through and through. I asked for reinforcements, but they said that would be you. I'll wait for them to eat themselves, that's what I'm praying for. I ain't gonna drop no more. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, I just hope I can get by. Glory, glory, I just wish they'd pay me more. I guess I'll drop